and we will get started here. Let me just kill the music in my stream. Guys, we are live streaming today too, so if you know someone who was unable to make it today, let them know that we are live streaming. I will get the link posted in the local chat as well. Bear with me, please. Thank you all again so much for coming here today. We're very grateful for every single one of you. Here is the live stream. If you know someone who's unable to make it in world or they have something else going on right now and they want to join us, that is the live stream for today. So I want to thank everybody. I've said this multiple times, but thank you again for being here. And thank you most of all to all of our participants for the art festival with the installations and also with our panel today. Welcome to SLVCG's Illuminating Machinima, where art meets the silver screen. In participation with the art festival, we are so honored to have been asked by Una to participate in the art festival this year. It's been such a wild busy year so far for SLVCG, and we couldn't be thriving more because of it. We have a lot of exciting things happening with us, with SLVCG, and the opportunities that are arising every single day, like our new partnership with Linden Labs. And we couldn't be more delighted about having another way for the directors in the Machinima community to shine. And as much as we'd love to talk more about that, right now we are here with some of the SL's Machinima directors, and we're so pleased to be able to have them on our panel for the day. This panel will allow for Machinima directors Tia, Eve, Anna, and Fiore to all answer any of your questions that you have. They will be sharing their works. We'll be showing them on the screen behind me. We'll go ahead and show the videos first, and then after the videos are shown, so you'll see 4 videos. If you have any issues seeing them in world, we can go ahead and provide the links as well. And then once the videos are done, we'll go ahead and ask for questions from the audience, and we'll go from there. How's that sound? Awesome. Okay, so first of all, I do want to say hello to our panel of directors. Hello, guys. How are you doing today?
Doing fine, thank you.
Good.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, so happy to have you guys here. Is everybody else having good? Awesome. I just want to make sure our voices are working.
Great, thank you.
Awesome. Awesome.
Working fine, thank you.
Okay, great. Okay, so to start out, since Tia is to my left here, we'll go ahead and start with her video. And like I said, we're just going to go down the line, play these videos, and then we'll have some Q&A. Hope you enjoy. Oh, and sorry, you do not have to click the TV. I will control everything on my end, but I will provide the link as well. Maybe. I could be wrong. I do apologize. It's working for you? Okay. It's not working for me. Okay, has the film completed for everybody? That first one was the video that we tested beforehand. Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay, sounds like everybody is done. So I do believe that you may need to click the screen yourself. It just has been confirmed to me that you do click it. I thought I controlled everything, but I guess I don't. Oh, you didn't need to click the screen? Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, good. So all right. Well, that's good. Let's try again. I will again post the link. This next video is Eve's. Oh, every time someone clicked it, it restarts. Okay. Okay. So if we could all refrain from clicking it, if it's not playing for you, I will post the link in the local chat. So if you could refrain, please, from clicking it to get it to work. Maybe we just need to watch it from the local chat. I do have the link for the next film. Yes. Okay. What the heck?
Isarta bimshek smwinu Trabi minhu
My mother says I have Irish eyes, Irish eyes, Irish eyes. My mother says I have Irish eyes. They go ever so blue under stormy skies, but they're never so blue as when I let them cry. My father says I have English hair, English hair, English hair. Brown like the bark of an oak somewhere, like the bed of a lake where the hemlock grows, like the thorn in the stem of an English rose. I'm a map of the world and the ones before, 1 foot in sea and 1 on shore. Every step, every hope along high. I'm a map of them all with my Irish eyes. My nana says I have traveling feet, traveling feet, traveling feet. Slippers for princesses don't fit me, but I dance to my own drum bright and bold, and my traveling feet always get me home. My sister says I have a restless soul, restless soul, restless soul. Easy to catch, but I'm hard to hold, like a song on the wind that you caught one day. I get under your skin, then I slip away. I'm a map of the world and the ones before, 1 foot in sea and 1 on shore. Every step, every hope along high. I'm a map of them all with my Irish eyes. My mother says I have Irish eyes, Irish eyes, Irish eyes. My mother says I have Irish eyes, they go ever so blue. 'Cause I'm a map of the world and the ones before, 1 foot in sea and 1 on shore. Every step, every hope along high. I'm a map of them all with my Irish eyes.
Amazing, amazing work. All right, next one is Anna.
Feel the rhythm of the streets. Feel the rhythm of the streets. Neon lights and neon dreams. Bloody fists, they feel no pain when there's so much more to gain. Hunting season, if you will, tell me where you'd rather be. I can hardly see the moon. Oh, we'll get up really soon. Trying so hard to release you out of the misery, to make you see what I see, to be free. Hold on to your wishes if you can't hold on to me. Forgive me for letting you down. guess I'm not strong enough right now. They will finally feel the flames. Flames that run down through my veins. I will make the city burn. We're not planning to return. Hold on to your wishes if you can hold on to me. Forgive me for letting you down. Forgive me for letting you down again. I guess I'm not strong enough right now. Oh my love, letting you down, down. I'm letting you down. Oh, let you down.
Weird. I thought I was huh. Where am I? Could someone have slipped me something? I smell the... Is that the ocean? But I live on Front Street. How could I be at the ocean? This has got to be a joke. Someone must have slipped me some mushrooms or something. Ow. What? Because there's no way. There's no way. I'm at the ocean? Wait. Is my hair purple? What? My hair is purple. My head looks like an eggplant. Wait, are my eyes purple too? What is going on? How is the sun? What? Where am I? What was that? How did you do that? Magical
Namara, are you
monsters?
okay? Stay with me. Stay with me. No, no. Stay with me.
Yeah, so Namara is actually part of a series that my husband and I work on with like a big team of people in Second Life. So we actually saw a video from another director. Her name is Serene Veen. And it was a really cool video that she did about a tavern, just like a little fun short thing. And when we saw that video, we were like, I think we can finally do Namara. And this was the first part of, I think we're at like 28 or 29 parts now, and this was just the first one. So we just started here.
Right. So a little bit different in that aspect because, yeah, the machinima as itself is not the thing that I wanted to do primarily. So I started singing just about 3 or 4 months ago. Some friends told me I should really try it, put it on YouTube. So I started doing that. And of course, it's YouTube, so you need something behind it. So I just put in a static image at first, which is quite boring, of course. And then I started adding a little bit of movement until the point that I thought, yeah, why not try to do the full machinima thing? But I have absolutely no experience in that, so I tried. I tried again, and what you saw today was my third try. And yeah, that's my third video. Yeah, yeah. And yeah, primarily what I wanted to do is just bring the music to the people. I really love to sing. In this case, this song I completely rewrote it also because it's originally from Cyberpunk. You can look it up, the song. But I just wanted to give it a completely different tone, so I rewrote the piano piece and some strings behind it, and then sang it, and then made a video. Hi. Doe fake it, fake it.
Oh, well, um, my friends and I are huge fans of a builder called Jade Quiltai, and she tends to just build these fantastic, based off of real life venues that they never seem to last very long, like maybe a few months before she tears it down and starts all over again. Um, and that particular region just spoke to me. It doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately. Um, Yeah, but you savor it while it's there, and I felt inspired to make something to kind of show off her build, as it were.
It was gorgeous. I think everybody can say that it was such an amazing video. So it was so pretty, and the song is just like perfect.
Oh, thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's such a good video.
Tia, how about you?
Makes you happy.
Hi everyone, am I audible?
Yep, we can hear you.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. So I think in my most of my videos, I usually do kind of musicallys and I always like to tell a story. To be honest, so this was my first attempt actually to make a short version of a movie, like a short content. And I remember speaking to you, Laws, yesterday. I just gave you one of my old videos, and then suddenly I just had an idea that, oh, why not give it a try to make something a bit more kind of character like a real life, that gives you a touch of a real skin and a feel. So my idea behind this was kind of what's really happening in the real world, and how, and it is kind of part of a series as well. Actually, I'm going to make another part of it. So I think this really comes inspirations where what really happens in the real life with stranded couples and small families, and how we can kind of avoid certain things and come back together as family, and kind of reinstating the family and couple values back into the world. So that was my idea. Thank you.
I love that. It's great to be reminded of what we should be focusing on, or what we've lost that we should be focusing on. So it looks like the crowd has already started asking questions, which is great. We love that. We have one question here from Glow. It says, "Can you give some tips on filming the walking and running scene?" Fiore, I believe that question was for you.
Yeah, that was the part where you see the main character Rami running down the forest pathway there. I used a product called Spot On Choreography. Um, it's a really cool tool, and she has a lot of really amazing videos that kind of like walk you through it. But basically, you make a track that your character kind of sits on, and then you can play an animation that your avatar is is doing as it runs along this track. And then the other cool thing about this tool is it allows you to get into mouse look. So you can use mouse look to sort of simulate that like running and bobbing, and you can look behind yourself and then look forward as you're running. So I love Spot On. It's one of my favorite machinima tools. That was a
Oh,
great
for
question.
sure. Yeah, for sure. I know there are different way. I know that a lot of people have some other ways too. Godiva had a really nice way of getting in there and helping with running and walking as well. Do any of our directors on our panel have another way that they use, or another tool that they use to help with walking and running, filming shots?
No, I'm a spot on girl.
No, I don't know. No.
All right. So we have another question from the audience that was, can you give some tips? Oh, that was the other one. I do apologize. There was one here. If you guys have any other questions, please feel free to ask them. In general, how long do these things take from conception to completion?
I think it really depends on kind of content to content, isn't it? So if you're doing a short form video, mine personally took over 3-4 hours, just because I wanted to get these scenes and everything rezzed on, and making sure the characters are well understood, what shots I have in mind, etc. So it's kind of the whole idea that you have to put together and improvise. Given that there would be some delays of lags, there would be some delays of kind of people coming in the frame. Maybe your characters might face something and the poses are not correct. So, give or take, it just depends on the content you're really creating.
Does anybody have anything else? Oh, sorry. Does anybody have anything else to add? They would want to add?
Yeah, for me it's a slower process, but that's probably because I'm new and I'm trying to figure out things as I go. For the music, usually if I sing and it's just a cover song, it's just a few hours of work, just editing basically. A rewrite like this, because I don't play instruments and I have to drag note by note in my sequencer. That was probably 30 or 40 hours right there, and I would think about the same for the video.
That is so
Awesome.
amazing that you sing it too. That is unbelievable amount of dedication.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Does anybody else have any? Oops, sorry. Does anybody else have anything else to say, to add?
Yeah,
For
so
Oh,
you go
sorry.
first, Eve.
This is
Sorry,
why
you
I'm just
first.
like I've been waiting to get called on because it's just like I know we're all gonna talk on top of each other. um, I so the fastest I can crank out a video is probably 3 or 4 hours if it's just like a party situation. If I'm trying to build like a promotional video that if I'm in a rush, it'll take me about 8 hours of continuous work. The current film I'm working on, I've been working on for about 20 hours now. Yeah, hopefully that'll be good. I try to get better with every single video, so always learning new tricks with every single one.
Fiore?
I have no idea. I think it depends on the scene. Sometimes I would get stuck in a particular spot. So I think it really just kind of depends on the content and what the goal is. The one scene that I'm working on now for Namara, I probably have, I don't know, an insane number of hours, like 100 or something more, combined hours to do something like that. It just really depends on how much you have people helping you. If you have like set builders that build out your set for you, or you know, or a script writer, it just kind of depends. But collective hours, it's quite a lot.
Awesome. Thank you so much for everyone who said anything. For all of you, actually. Our next question is for everyone. How long did editing take for you? And while some noted the use of AI, did everyone use AI? Would you have changed anything given time restraints, or even changed any segments for the sake of time? Anna, let's go with you first.
Change anything about this video? I don't think so. It came out really nice, and as I expected, even better than I expected, because I went in almost blind without storyboard or anything. And it just seemed to work somehow. I still can't explain how that happened. Plus that I heard that some people read the ending of it differently than I intended to, which is also pretty amazing. No, I wouldn't change anything. And for the AI thing, because I know that is quite controversial, I see it as a tool. If it's a tool that can get you from A to B and doesn't change your creativity, it's okay for me. Don't use it to create something out of nothing, or just have a few words of text and some video pops out, because then you kind of didn't do anything. But I really wanted to use AI to do the full facing. So it's not just lip sync, which you are seeing here, but this is a full face capture of real life me, which I then transferred to Second Life. And I think this is actually what makes the video good. It just pulls you in and it makes it all real. If you would take this video and I would take the original Second Life footage without any movement in the face, I think it would be just half as good. So absolutely using AI again, and I'm trying even to perfect this technique, because there is a little bit of errors and faults in it, but the next one will be better, promised.
Thank you so much. And Fiore, did you want to touch on that?
Oh, sure. So I didn't do any AI in my in this part one. I don't think I did, at least. I'm pretty sure I did. Um, and originally, when we started the process, Namara Part One is kind of an older film. I think it's about a year and a half old. And we really wanted to like only do Second Life. It was like this thing when we started, just Second Life stuff. And that can be really difficult because Second Life is really cool, but it can't do everything. Um, so, as a machinima maker in the editing room, the parts that I really like as far as AI goes, it's actually the SL Video Creator Discord. I learned about something called interpolating, and I could be saying this wrong, and if I'm saying it wrong, I'm sorry, but um, and for something like Second Life, when you do filming on places like the mainland or, with lots of like moving animated textures, sometimes things can get like blocky or laggy. And just being able to use it as a tool to kind of fill in frames that might not have been picked up when you were doing your original filming has been so huge for me. And, if you were to watch all of the Namara scenes from like beginning to end, you see the film quality actually gets better because of the tools that I learned, like from beginning, like from the beginning to now. The quality's better, it's crisper, everything is smoother, it's less fuzzy. So I've also used AI for some voices once in one of the scenes. And actually I won't say it because I'd be curious to see if anybody could actually tell the difference. But I did. We had a hard time getting anybody to play these three parts because they were just like bit parts that they would just do it one time, and they kind of needed to be able to speak Japanese. And we tried to cast the scene for over a year, and we had to just keep pushing it off episode for episode for episode. And then finally, we just paid for an AI subscription to get the voices for the one scene. And, sometimes that's like what you got to do, right? It was a thing.
Thank you so much for that. And Eve.
So that last video I showed did not have any AI in it. I am not opposed to using AI tools the same way that the other panelists have used it. I think it's super useful and just makes things more immersive. So I myself am looking forward to learning how to utilize these in a way that enhances SL Machinima versus, trying to make something out of nothing.
And Tia. And Tia, sorry, I didn't know if my mic was on. I think it was off. Sorry.
Yep, thank you. For me, the whole I haven't used AI as of yet, but I think I would agree with AI being a tool for using and enhancing your work rather than starting it from scratch, because that would just leave you with no kind of originality to Second Life. So I think just how the other panelists have used AI in their work, I think it just really enhances the whole experience of like the cinema watching, which is quite interesting way of using and storytelling. I think for me, how long did editing take? For me, it took just over 2 hours. And I did actually go back and reshot some of the shoots, some of the shots, because I wasn't quite satisfied. Maybe I wanted to paint another picture in the story. So I kind of went back and shot 2 or 3 scenes, got like 2, 3 drafts. And after the 2, 3 drafts, I thought that, yes, this is a story that I'd like to take forward. And after that, I think this movie that you saw today was my 3rd draft. So I'm quite satisfied with this work. But yeah, it just takes time for you to be satisfied with your work fully. I think all the panelists here would agree that it's at the same time, it's just what really satisfies your creative instincts. That's when you kind of feel that, yes, my work is completed. I'm actually quite happy with my work. So Yep, that's what I'd like to say. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And thank you, panelists, for answering that question. We do have a comment from the audience as well. Annabelle, we've spoken before. This comment is from Lauren Tone, and she says, Annabelle, we've spoken before, but I'll say it again. As a lifelong musician, I am impressed with your musical work and encourage you to keep working at it.
Yes, thank you. That means a lot. I mean, I don't have any musical training, so I'm just like with the video, I'm just trying to do something and just trying to get better and learning, and especially getting in contact with all of you helps. Also had a lot of support, of course, from friends. I mean, if some people wouldn't say, hey, you have to start singing, start recording yourself, put it on YouTube, then I would still be singing in the shower and making these videos in my head. So thank you. Thank you,
And having
guys.
fun, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. We have a next question from Glow. What editing programs do each of you prefer?
So I'm a Premiere Pro girl, but to be fair, I've heard a lot of good things about DaVinci Resolve. So I've never used it, but I use Premiere Pro.
Okay, for me,
yeah, feel free
this
to
video
go.
was my first one with DaVinci. And before that, believe it or not, the former video clip I did with Microsoft Clipchamp. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Tia and Eve?
I also use DaVinci Resolve.
I used a combination of Filmora and Premiere Pro. Premiere Pro mostly, Filmora just to smoothen things out, really.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, guys. And our next question comes from Cupcake Ninja Davenport. What advice would you offer to someone who is just beginning? Tia, why don't you start us out?
Sure, thank you. One advice I'd like to give for someone who's just beginning is just go what your heart says, you know. I think just explore as much as you can, and every video will teach you a lesson or teach you a story, or, you know, you learn from your mistakes. So just have fun and do whatever, you know, you feel comfortable with, and do not hesitate to try new skills, and, you know, just learn from whatever your editing software is. You know, you have got plenty of YouTube tutorials, and just better your work, really. So don't feel the pressure to, you know, meet a certain standard, especially when you're just starting, because I know that could be very overwhelming. But I just say, just make mistakes. It's okay. Learn. Even I'm still learning. I still get inspirations from everyone in the community over here. You know, when you see their work, it's so inspiring. So yeah, just don't keep no, don't lose hope, and keep trying, really. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Eve? Oh, sorry. Thank you so much. Eve?
Yeah. So my advice is also just to start. I wanted to try doing machinima for years and years and years, and I was just afraid that I wasn't going to be good enough. But yeah, I mean, you got to start somewhere, and joining groups like the SL Video Creators Group on the Discord. It was hard to find you guys, but I found you. And then Machinima Mondays, I kind of fell into that, just going to Fantasy Fair every year and seeing the festival. And finally just started going. And, you know, it's that first step of just kind of getting yourself out there. And everyone in this community is so friendly. And really, really helpful. And, you know, make friends, ask questions. We are all so happy to help.
I could not agree more. And next we have Anna.
Yeah, my advice would be just start doing it. Do it for yourself. Have fun doing it. Figure out things as you go along. Don't try to be perfect. Just finish something from A to Z. Start looking at it. Compare it with other things. See what is lacking. See what is missing. And as Eve said, ask questions to people and just in your next video, you'll get better and better and better.
Fiore?
Yeah, I think I agree with all of the panelists here. Join the Discord for sure. That's been so helpful for me. And then, second would definitely say just start filming everything. Like, become the weird person that films all the things. Second Life is really cool that way, where you can just pretty much anything is interesting. You can go anywhere, and you can go to a party, anywhere, like just film it. But I would say, like, the most useful tip, I would say get really good at manipulating your settings. Like, do I really need to see Second Life trees? No, then bring those down. Am I in the sky? Then I probably don't need terrain. Bring that down. Get really good at manipulating your preference settings. And that can help the quality of the video that you can capture for, in Second Life.
That's a really good pointer. So we have gone over our hour mark a little bit here, and I wanted to see if you guys were still willing to stick around for some more questions that were coming in, or if you were needing to head out.
Well, absolutely. I can stay a while. No problem.
Okay. How's everybody
Same,
else
same.
doing?
Yep, I'm okay with staying as well, thanks.
Tia, Fiore, what about you?
Yep, I'm okay for staying back.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right. Okay, good. And so we do have another question. When it comes to machinima, especially when you have characters that don't always speak, how do you approach building a visual language for your films? Let's start with Fiore.
That's a really, really good one, and I'm really excited to hear everybody else's answers too. But honestly, like, get an arsenal of animations. Second Life has added bones to everything now. You can move your face, you can move your fingers, you can move almost every part of your avatar. And the more ways that you can manipulate that in an animator style of way, gives you more options, right? Sometimes just like watching an animation cycle through can be really useful. So I find animations and facial animations to be like integral in order to portray exactly what I need to portray, and then the ability to like layer them on top of them, it's absolutely pivotal.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Now, would you guys like to all be asked the same question, or do you just want me to open the floor up? If you want to answer the question, you can. You want me to call your name to answer, or how would you prefer?
Yeah, I can still answer to that one because yeah, I only did musical videos so far, so the storytelling there is a bit different. It's the music which tells the story. There's the lyrics, of course. So the image is just supporting what you hear. But what I try to do is interpret the lyrics differently as they were originally intended. So these lyrics were written by someone else, of course, and for another video, as I said, it was from Cyberpunk. So it was a completely different story, but I heard it differently. I just wanted to tell it in my way. And also in the next video, I will do that. So I have less use for how my avatar is expressing. Just the face animation, of course, is doing a lot. But for the rest, I'm using pretty standard animations. Yeah, some AOs, and that's it basically.
Thank you so much for that. Eve or Tia, who would like to go next?
I can go next.
Okay.
So in other videos where I have had to portray a feeling or emotion between characters, I utilize a kind of depth of field pull. So I shift my focus from one character to another in order to like kind of, I guess, move the viewer's eye to what's happening.
I like that. Yeah. And
I'm still
Tia,
learning.
no, I mean,
Yeah,
we're
that's really
all
sweet.
learning every single day. Tia?
Yep, for me, it's mostly about the character's point of view. Kind of, I like to dwell on the eyes a lot. So I'll take like close-up eye shots and then, point towards the object which I'm trying to aim and convey an emotion for. So for me, eyes does the talking. And yes, I think I'll agree with all the panelists here as well. I use a mixture of, here and there, what the other panelists do use. But for me, it's mostly if I'm really stuck at a situation, or if I'm really pressed for time, I'll just use the eyes and a lot of zooming, really. A lot of zooming and slow shots does the deed for me. Thank you.
Thank you all so much. Our next question is, how has your perspective as a machinima director evolved over time? Eve, why don't you start us out?
Oh gosh. I've been doing this for about a year, and I am constantly learning more about how much I don't know. um, every time I get together for like a machinima group, I'm always seeing new things that kind of inspire me. And then I try to implement those things into my next work, just so I can kind of grow as an artist in my own right. I totally lost track of where I was going with it. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you want to add anything else? Did you want to? Oh, sorry.
No.
Okay. Anna, how about you go next?
Yeah, it's hard for me to say because I'm completely new at this. I think my first video was uploaded back in February, if it wasn't even March already. And then there was one in between, and there's this one. So basically, I'm still searching what to do and how to do it. But for sure, I'll keep to music videos, because for me, machinima is a secondary thing. It's horrible to say here on this panel and in front of these people, but for me, it's music first. But I want to tell a story as well as I can. So still searching for the best way to do this.
Yeah, right. But we all love how you're incorporating both into your machinima. So that's awesome. And Fiore.
Let's see. I think this is like my second or third year. I think this is the beginning of my third year in machinima. And the whole first year that I worked on it, all I did was just make little shorts to work on a different skill. Like I would pick a skill and I would go, okay, I'm gonna do something that's scary, and then I'm gonna do something that's like sexy, and then I'm gonna do something that's this, and I did a lot of music videos in the beginning because I practiced like my shots and angles. Um, I think going to the SL Video Creator Awards for the last 2 years has really helped um, highlight areas that I could get better in. And so, it's every time you make a video, I think sometimes as an artist, it's hard to stop tweaking it. So the whole process can be a little bit humbling, especially if you're part of the editing process too. Like I can't, like you don't want to like release it to the public. And so, yeah.
Thank you so much. Tia?
Yeah, I think for me as well, getting started was with a lot of music videos as well, and kind of learning the angles from there. Came with practice, and I also experimented with different subjects. Say, for example, a wedding video. So I do a couple of wedding videos. Then I also did a podcast, Coffee with Tia. So I think I learned so much from there, kind of hosting, angles, videos, music, especially, and voice. So I think for me, it's been quite a journey. think it's the third or fourth year for me as well. And with each project comes different challenges and different way of utilizing that. So I guess for each of the genres or each of the craft that I'm trying to do, it really depends on what's the template for that and how can I kind of make something creative out of it. So for me, it's more about, putting my hands all over things and kind of experimenting what works best for me, really. Thanks.
Thank you all for answering that question. We'll just do 2 more questions here. The first one is, can you describe a moment on set when things didn't go as planned, and how would you handle it? Anna, how about you start us out?
Oh, okay. Let me think about that one. The thing that went wrong for me in the beginning was using the wrong video editor. I just jumped in at some point and at some day, okay, I want to do this, I want to do Machinima. What do I have on my computer? What can I use? And yeah, that was Microsoft Clipchamp, which doesn't even have a save and load function. So as soon as you did one thing wrong in the timeline and you couldn't undo it, or you forgot to undo it, it was all gone and you had to start over. So then pretty fast I had to go and figure something else out. So I went to DaVinci, which has quite a steep learning curve, I think. But yeah, it's night and day difference. Being able to save and load and go back to a certain point and try it again, that helps a lot. And for the rest, yeah, some technical problems, how to solve things, like in the clip you saw at some point there was a grave. I did not have resin rights on the place that I was doing it, and I couldn't reach the owner. So yeah, then you have to start getting creative. So basically I alphaed myself out completely, attached the grave to myself, went into ground sit and shot it like that.
Nice. Tia?
Yes, sorry. For
That's okay.
me, yeah. For me, it is more about kind of I think things go wrong all the time, especially when I have a lot of people on the set. So it's like a bit of a challenge for me there because I have to coordinate with like 10 different people or 5 different people. So in the start, when I used to shoot music videos with a lot of people, things used to go very wild, kind of cooperating and coordinating with each one of them. And then, say, for example, somebody went AFK, so you've got to wait for them or kind of de-render or like try and adjust. And then also keep in mind that other people would not wait for you, and because they have their own time as well. So time management, a lot of lag, things not resing. So that creates a lot of problem. And the solution to that is actually improvise and do whatever is best for the situation, because you won't get this opportunity again and things can't be perfect. So do what you can, and you make it perfect when you edit it. So that's my mantra, really. Thank you.
Thank you. Fiore, how about you go next?
Let's see. I have done things post edit for sure, like deleted my entire library of like clips for a scene and come back and found them all gone. So I've done stuff like that. And had to refilm things. I've returned to the set before I finished getting all of my things back, or before I got all my shots. So that was fun too. Yep. I have. What else have I done? But to be completely honest, and you guys are gonna laugh at me, so I'm very lucky. I get to work with my husband in real life,
Oh.
and so we have a lot of screens. So we were doing a scene last night where we literally had my computer, his computer, my iPad, his cell phone, my cell phone,
Wow.
and both of our computers were running 2 avatars, and the only reason is because you can control everything about everything, and so that of course is very like crazy with screens, but that helps a lot with the control area for sure.
Nice. Awesome. Thank you. And Eve, how about you?
So I agree with Tia. working with other people, especially more than 2 or 3 people, can feel a bit like herding cats. Everybody's kind of got their own thing and their own ideas, and just being super flexible and patient. And if like someone goes away to make a sandwich and didn't tell anybody, just being like, okay, who's ready now? Let's just move on to the next person and circle back. Because yeah, definitely had that happen where it's kind of crickets and you're like, oh, seriously, I've been here for 3 hours and this should have taken 30 minutes. So yeah, that's definitely happened. And then I've had instances where I've shot footage and it's live at a party or something, and I'm going back and there was one instance where there was like this crazy weird light flicker in the background. And it looked terrible and I didn't really know what to do about it, but I still really wanted to use the footage, so I just added like a thunder sound when it happened, and then it seemed totally intentional.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, just finding solutions.
And we've all been there trying to film, and something ends up taking like 3 or 4 hours when it could have literally only taken 30 minutes. We get it. We get it. Thank you so much, guys, for those answers. Our last question is, do you see machinima becoming more mainstream in the entertainment industry? Let's start with Fiore.
Yeah, I think so. I like to play with Unreal Engine when I'm not doing things in Second Life, and that allows me to play with something. They have like a avatar tool over there called MetaHuman that makes it real easy to mimic face and do a lot of stuff with AI there. So I don't know necessarily like Second Life Machinima, but Machinima as a whole, oh, absolutely, yeah. I think it's gonna just continue to get bigger and bigger.
Thank you so much. Anna?
I'm not sure actually. Only recently I showed my videos to my real life coworkers. First I had to explain what Second Life was, and then got rid of the prejudices they had about it, because of course they heard all the things. And then they looked at the video and then they were just like, I don't know, they didn't know how to respond to it. So I'm not sure. I'm not coming across to them. There's a few friends I have which appreciate it, a few people in my life, in my real life, who like it. But mostly for me at this point, it's like a niche for here in Second Life only, if I make it here. I'm not sure for Machinima as a whole. I know that it was very popular a few years back. I think less now, but I'm not really sure about that.
Well, thank you so much for your input. And Eve?
I do feel like Machinima from SL does have some potential. There is an artist I'm currently working with called Bryn O, who has done just some amazing work that has really managed to kind of cross the threshold into like real life, where her work is being taught at universities, and her work is showing up at world expos like in Shanghai, Toronto, Moscow. So I mean, there is the potential to really get out there and make it so that SL stuff isn't so weird, because honestly yeah, I adore Second Life. I love doing things in Second Life, but the few friends that I have tried to bring into the fold have literally been here for 15 minutes and been like, nope. Never saw them again.
That's so funny. Tia, thank you, Anne, or Eve. Oh my gosh, sorry. All these names, I feel like I'm calling my children that I don't have. I don't have children, by the way, but you know how siblings are. Tia.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Uh-huh.
I think yes, for sure, because recently I discovered that one of the leading YouTube channels who actually do real life, songs and etc. for industries, had taken a frame of my Second Life video and stuck on theirs, which was a great achievement. The company brand is called T Series. Yep. So one of my frame. Yeah, that's crazy. Exactly. And I was really happy on that. So I think when leading industries are using this sort of machinima, and they're discovering us through any which ways, I think that will become a lot more easier in the future. As nowadays, if you guys heard of Ghibli style, people are making like cartoons of them. Yeah, so that got really trendy. So I think if we take an example from there, it's just a picture out of your real life face, but using a machinima or kind of videos that we make on Second Life, people can be expressive without a face, without a real life face. So
Mhm.
I think more and more people will try using that. And now that when industries are starting to, point an eye on us and look at us in a way, so I think there is potential for sure. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you, each and every one of you. We actually have a lot more questions, but what we're going to do is save them for our episode 3 of our podcast called The Cast. And hopefully, some of these directors up here will be willing to help finish the conversation there. But for now, we're going to thank them so much for taking the time to sit with us today and share their stories. We're going to release you all and them, and hopefully, all of you wonderful people in our audience will go and explore all the machinima displays we have up there in the theater. Every Excuse me, everyone did such a great job, and we'll be opening a bigger version of this in the sky soon. So if you love to see more, keep an eye out for our announcements on social media and our Discord. If you'd love to participate by creating your own display, reach out to myself or Rizzo, and we'll put you on the list to get a blank space created. And if there are any machinima directors that are interested ever being on our podcast, The Cast, we would love to have you. But thank you, everyone, for being here.
Absolutely, come in.
Thank you, ladies, so
Thanks
much.
again.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you for being here.